Shalom, giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the brethren, to the believers out there. To you, I say shalom. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. The New International Version says, their slain will be thrown out, their dead bodies will stink, the mountains will be soaked with their blood. All right. So this is talking about the dead bodies from these different nations. All right. Russia and their allies. Yeah, because the Lord is going to destroy their armies. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Okay. All the nations had a hand in bringing us down, us being the nation of Israel, the Israelites. For the indignation of Yahweh, so the indignation is talking about the righteous anger from the Most High. And that's going to be by the way of the nuclear destruction and the chariots. All right, because Esau and these different other nations will try to fight Yahushua and the angels. Okay, and these different nations will lose. Okay. All right. The Lord, Yahushua will destroy these different nations. Okay. And I want to get the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13 to edify the point even further. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13, right? Just bear with me one moment. Right, we can start at verse verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. And that he is speaking about Yahushua, the Messiah. And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, the multitude is representing Esau and his armies. Okay, it's fighter jets. All right. But it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, which that's talking about the laser beams from the chariots. The chariots are the so-called UFOs that the angels are in. Those are vehicles that the angels are in. Okay, and those chariots spits out laser beams of fire, concentrated fire, man. It says, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest. Okay, speaking about the laser beams from the chariots. So back at the book of Isaiah, his name in the Hebrew is Yeshaya. So this is Yeshaya chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And we can get a precept in the book of Ezekiel 39. This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 11, and it reads, just bear with me one moment. All right, and it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day, future prophecy, that I will give unto Gog a place there of graves in Israel, the valley of the passengers on the east of the sea, and it shall stop the noses of the passengers, and there shall they bury Gog and all his multitude, and they shall call it the valley of Hamon-Gog. All right. So it's going to be Russian soldiers and their allies. You know, they're going to be laying around everywhere. Okay. And that's going to be, you know, the very first job of the so-called elites of every nation, because they're going into slavery. These different elites start with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Rothschilds on down, you know, and these different elites of these nations, they're going into slavery. Salakia. But that's going to be the very first job that they're going to be having. Okay, their job is policing the world, especially in the area of dead soldiers. You're going to have one group planting manners and signs. Another group will come with shovels and dig and put those bodies into those graves, man. Okay. It says stop the noses of the passengers. All right, it's representing those dead bodies going to be stinking and funky, you know. Yeah, the Gog, talking about the so-called Russians. Okay, so yeah, these elites, right? They're going into slavery, and one of their first jobs that they're going to have is to bury those dead bodies. You're gonna have some with the shovels putting those bodies into the grave in the ground. You're gonna have one group placing the banners and the signs. Okay, that's what's going to happen. All right, so these different nations, the different these different elites of these nations will go into slavery and captivity, and they're going to be working. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so with that, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kwadash, Shalom.